So, to continue, yun nga, sabi nga natin na um, hindi natanggap muna si Rizal sa Ateneo kasi nga late enrollee siya and uh, nung unang tingin sa kanya is undersized siya. So, parang tingin sa kanya ng mga authorities sa Ateneo is hindi niya kakayanin yung uh, pagpasok sa Ateneo. Kasi isa sa core subjects sa Ateneo is yung uh, physical courses, yung PE. So, yun. Nagamit sila ng backer, which is si Manuel Burgos. So, si Manuel Burgos, he was the nephew of Padre Jose Burgos, and he was the one who intervened on Pepe's behalf. Thus, Rizal was able to um, enroll in Ateneo. That is because of the help of Manuel Burgos. So, sa Ateneo, dun na ginamit ni Jose Rizal yung apelyido na Rizal instead of Mercado. Kasi yung apelyidong Mercado is nakatatak na sa mga Spanish authorities. Kumbaga matunog na siya sa Spanish authorities. So, kailangan ng palitan yung surname ni Rizal para hindi siya mapaghalataan na connected siya with the Mercados. So, in Ateneo, naahati sa dalawang group yung classroom. So, we have the Romans or the internos. Sila yung nagbo-board inside the Ateneo. So, the Ateneo before was located in Intramuros. And the other group was the Carthaginians or the externos. Sila naman yung mga outside borders. So, ito yung hierarchy sa classroom. So, we have the emperor, sila yung pinakamagaling sa klase, pinakamatalino. Then, we have the tribune, parang second honor. Decurion, tamang talino. Centurion, pasang-awa. And last one is the standard bearer. So, sila yung lowest sa hierarchy. So, when Rizal was first year in Ateneo, first year high school, he knows little Spanish. So, dahil konti lang yung alam niyang Spanish, he was placed at the bottom of the class or the standard bearers. So, si Rizal, nung first year siya, externo siya. Kasi, he boards or he resides outside the Ateneo premises or outside the Intramuros. Kasi, nung first year si Rizal, he stayed at Caraballo Street at the home of Titay. So, that was located outside of Intramuros. However, as we all know, si Rizal, he strives for education. So, nag-aral ng mabuti si Rizal and then he rapidly progressed in class and in fact, he was awarded with his first prize dahil sa mataas na marka niya and dahil sa pag-angat niya sa pyramid. So, as a reward, he was given a religious picture. So, yun nga, nung first year si Rizal, nag-struggle siya sa Spanish. So, ginawa niya, he took private lessons at the Colegio de Santa Isabel. So, nag-enroll siya for only 3 pesos per Spanish class. The second on Rizal's second year, naging naging Roman group na si Rizal or the internos. Kasi nung second year siya, lumipat siya ng tirahan. And yung tirahan niya is within the Intramuros or inside the Intramuros. So, yan. Kaya siya naging internos. So, during his second year, mas lalong excel siya sa klase niya. And during his second year, yun nga, na-discuss natin na nakulong si Doña Teodora dahil sa paratang sa kanya na siya yung pumatay sa asawa ni Jose Alberto. So yun, pumupunta-punta si Rizal sa kanyang mama nung high school pa siya. And Rizal was able to predict na hindi magtatagal yung kanyang mama sa prison. And within 2 to 3 months, makakalaya na yung kanyang mama. And indeed, yung prediction ni Rizal happened. So 3 months later, Doña Teodora or Lolay was acquitted by the Real Audiencia. So now the equivalent of Royal Audiencia is the Supreme Court. On third year, medyo naglaylo si Rizal. Medyo hindi okay yung academics niya. So he only won 1 award when he was in third year. And that award is Latin award. So during his third year, he did not make any excellent showing of his academic excellence. So medyo laylo si Rizal nung third year. And nung fourth year, napansin niya na parang pumapangit na yung record niya or yung grades niya. Nag-aral ng maigi si Dr. Rizal. And kinalaunan, he excelled ahead of his classmates. So as a result of his vigorous studies, he won 5 medals. And he graduated at the Ateneo on March 23, 1877 with his Bachelor of Arts degree. So sabi natin, ang Bachelor of Arts degree is equivalent to high school diploma. So ito yung mga teachers sa Ateneo na may contribution kay Dr. Jose Rizal. So we have Jose Beck S.J. Rizal described him as his first teacher. So he described Jose Beck as a tall, thin man with a body slightly bent forward, a harried walk, and ascetic face. Severe and inspired, small, deep sunken eyes, and a sharp nose that was almost Greek, and thin lips forming an arc whose ends fell toward the chin. And then, isa sa pinakapaborito ni Rizal na professor sa Ateneo is si Francisco de Paula Sanchez S.J. Kasi siya yung nag-push kay Rizal na mag-aral ng maigi, and siya yung tumulong kay Rizal na maipolish, na maipaganda or mai-improve yung poetry skills ni Dr. Rizal. So ang ginawa ni De Paula Sanchez, pinasulat si Rizal ng mga tula para mag-improve yung poetry or yung writing skills ni Dr. Jose Rizal. So Rizal described De Paula Sanchez as a model of uprightness, earnestness, and labor for the advancement of his pupils. So idol niya si De Paula Sanchez kasi para sa kanya tinutulungan ni Father De Sanchez yung mga students na mag-grow and ma-discover or ma-improve yung kanilang mga hidden talents. So Rizal had fond memories of Father Sanchez. So marami daw memories si Rizal kay De Paula Sanchez, kaya naging paboritong professor niya ito. And meron din isang professor, si Rizal, whose name is Jose Villa Clara S.J. So kabaliktaran naman siya ni De Paula Sanchez. So sabi ni Villa Clara, kailangan ang fokusan ni Rizal is more on practical studies, gaya ng philosophy and natural sciences. So sabi ni Villa Clara, huwag mong masyadong pagtuunan ng pansin yung poetry and arts. So, yan. Aside from that, marami ding collection si Jose Rizal ng mga libro. So, first collection is The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. So, this book tells of the misfortunes of Edmond Dante. He later found the hidden treasures in Monte Cristo and used it against his enemies. Then we have the Universal History. So, this is an encyclopedia. So, itong encyclopedia na to is very expensive. Alam naman kasi natin na si Dr. Rizal mahilig siya sa mga history. Anything about history. So, yan yung isa sa mga most precious collection ni Dr. Rizal. And then we have Travels in the Philippines by Fyodor Hagor. So, dito sa book na to, yung author, he wrote his observations tungkol sa mga flaws or mga nakikita niyang mali under the Spanish rule in the Philippines or is under the Spanish regime in the Philippines. And dito na-predict din ni Hagor na it will come to a point na yung Amerika is sasakupin yung Pilipinas. Which nangyari talaga. So, yan, yung mga collection ni Rizal na libro. For his extracurricular activities in Ateneo, he devoted his spare time for his academic, scientific, and literary skills. So, aside from that, member din si Rizal ng Marian Congregation. He was also a member of the Academy of Spanish Literature and Academy of Natural Sciences. So let's take a look at the artistic works of Jose Rizal. So dun sa Ateneo, na-improve niya din yung skills niya when it comes to painting and sculpture. So, naging teacher niya si Agustin Saez for painting. So, he helped Rizal to improve his painting skills. And, ito naman si Romualdo de Jesus, tinulungan niya si Rizal na ma-improve lalo yung sculpture or sculpting skills ni Rizal. So, ito yung mga sculptures ni Rizal. Rizal was able to carve an image of Virgin Mary from a batikuling or a Philippine hardwood using his pocket knife. So, Rizal was able also to carve an image of Sacred Heart kasi ni-request ito ni Father Leonard. So, sabi ni Father Leonard, gawa daw si Rizal ng Sacred Heart kasi dadalhin niya ito sa Spain. So, nung natapos na ni Rizal yung sculpture ni Sacred Heart, nakalimutan naman tong dalhin ni Father Leonard. So, dahil dyan, yung sculpture na yun was placed inside the Ateneo's dormitory na lang. So, ito yung mga artistic works of Dr. Rizal. So, nagkaroon or he made a self-sketch of himself. And this is the Sacred Heart sculpture na ginawa niya. He also wrote several poems. So, in 1874, that is because of the encouragement of Dr. or Father Francisco Paula Sanchez. So, in 1874, he wrote My First Inspiration poem. So, this poem is dedicated to Rizal's mother. So, in 75, he wrote Felicitacion. Next, the departure him to Magellan's fleet. So, etong poem na to was made by Rizal in order to pay tribute to Ferdinand Magellan and Spain. Next, he also wrote, and he is Spanish Elcano, the first to circumnavigate the world. So, this poem naman is about Juan Sebastian Elcano, who was a Spanish navigator who completed the first circumnavigation of the world after Magellan's death. And then he also wrote The Battle or Bistondo Terror of Jolo. So, this poem was written by Rizal to hail a warrior named Urbistondo for the successful battle against the Muslims. In 1876, marami din siyang poems na ginawa na may iba-ibang topic or varying topics gaya ng religion, war, childhood memories, and education. So, he also wrote a poem entitled In Memory of My Town. So, this is a poem in honor of Calamba, in which we all know na ito yung birthplace ni Dr. Jose Rizal. He also wrote Intimate Alliance Between Religion and Good Education. Next, Through Education, the Country Receives Light. Next, The Captivity and the Triumph, Battle of Lucena and the Imprisonment of Boabdil. So, this is a martial poem conjured up the defeat and capture of Boabdil, the last Moorish Sultan of Granada. And then we have the triumphal entry of the Catholic monarchs into Granada. So, this is about a description of the victorious entry of King Ferdinand and Queen Isabel into Granada. In 1877, ito yung final year ni Rizal sa Ateneo. At ito din yung mga last poem na isulat niya bago siya mag-graduate. He wrote The Heroism of Columbus. Of course, this is a poem praising Columbus in his discovery of America. And then Columbus and John II. So this poem relates how King John II of Portugal lost fame and riches. Kasi he failed to finance the projected expedition of Columbus to the New World. Then we have The Great Solace in Great Misfortune. So this is a poem about the tragic life of Columbus. And last poem that Rizal wrote when he was in Ateneo was a farewell dialogue of the students. So, ito naman yung naramdaman ni Rizal when he was in Ateneo. I-assess natin kung ano yung feeling ni Rizal nung nag-aaral siya sa Ateneo. So, sabi dito, feel at home daw si Rizal in Ateneo. So, he was happy and content with his stay at Ateneo. And aside from that, yun nga, yung literary skills, yung artistic skills, and even speaking in Spanish, na-improve ni Rizal because of his stay or his stay in Ateneo. He also developed great respect for his Atenean professors and the Jesuits for their innovative teaching methods. So, proud na proud si Rizal sa mga teaching methods na ginagamit ng mga Jesuita and ng mga professors sa Ateneo. And of course, yung record ni Rizal, yung good grades ni Rizal, made him a foremost alumni or distinguished alumnus of the Ateneo. So, ito yung itsura ng Ateneo during Rizal's time. So, wala pa siya doon sa kung saan yung Ateneo ngayon. Dati, within the intramuros yung Ateneo. So, ito yung main portal ng Ateneo, St. Joseph Courtyard, and ito yung Campanas de Herencia, na itong bell na to, parang ginagamit siya as a sign or signal na start na nung class and end na nung classes sa Ateneo. Ito yung grand staircase ng Ateneo. Ito yung science lab ng Ateneo. And ito yung chapel ng Ateneo. This is also the library of the Ateneo. The music room and the art room. Ito naman yung itsura ni Rizal when he was an Atenean. Yan. So, overall, ito na yung itsura ng Ateneo before, during Rizal's time. So, now, let's move forward to the college days of Dr. Jose Rizal. So, medical studies at the UST from 1877 to 1882. So, Rizal had to go to the UST for higher studies. Kasi yung sa Ateneo, yung Bachelor of Arts, that is equivalent to high school and junior college or senior high ngayon. So, si Don Francisco and Pasiano, they wanted that Jose Rizal should pursue higher learning in the university. And they chose UST. So, nung nag-enroll si Rizal sa UST, ang unang course na tinake niya is Philosophy and Letters. Bakit ito yung unang piniling course ni Dr. Jose Rizal? Kasi unang-una, gusto ito ng kanyang father. Pangalawa, hindi pa sure si Rizal kung ano ba yung gusto niyang career na ipupursue in the future. So, since unsure siya, finalo niya na lang kung ano sabi ng kanyang papa. Kaya, he took Philosophy and Letters. And, while studying at the UST, naggumuha din ng vocational course si Rizal, which is yung surveying sa Ateneo. And at the age of 17, Rizal passed the final examination in the surveying course. But in this year, the title was issued to him. So, yung sa vocational course ni Rizal, hindi kaagad siya nakagraduate kasi nagka-problema siya sa thesis before. Parang hindi niya ginawa yung thesis. Pero kinalaunan, pinagraduate din si Jose Rizal. Okay. So, yun nga. Sabi nga natin nung una, the reason why he chose Philosophy and Letters kasi hindi pa siya sure sa kung anong career yung kukuhanin niya. So, he sought for the advice of Father Pablo Ramon. So, siya yung nag-advise kay Rizal kung ano ba yung career na pwedeng kunin ni Rizal. So, Rizal studied cosmology, metaphysics, theodicy, and history of philosophy in the UST during his first year term. So, ito yung mga subject na in-enroll ni Rizal when he was in first year in UST. So, after a year, naisipan ni Rizal na shift ng course. So, from Philosophy and Letters, he shifted to medical course. Kasi yun nga, di ba, humingi na siya ng advice dun sa isang professor. So, after hearing the advice, napursige siya na mag-take ng medicine or medical course. And aside from that, another reason why he shift from philosophy and letters to medicine kasi yung mama niya unti-unti nang nabubulag because of the kasi may sakit yung mama niya sa mata. So unti-unti nang nabubulag yung kanyang mama. Gusto ni Rizal na siya yung gumamot or magamot sa kanyang mother. So he pursued medicine. Okay. So let's talk about the love life of Dr. Jose Rizal or romances of Dr. Jose Rizal. So we all know na yung first love ni Dr. Jose Rizal was Segunda Katigbak. And after Segunda Katigbak, nagkaroon siya ng panibagong partner which is tinatawag na Miss L. So hindi masyadong low-key lang si Rizal kay Miss L. Hindi niya kumbaga kung ngayon hindi niya masyadong fine-flex si Miss L. So medyo pa low-key nga sila. So the reason why Rizal broke up with Miss L kasi first reason hindi pa nakaka-move on si Rizal kay Segunda Katigbak. So parang naging panakip butas si Miss L. Naging panakip butas ni Rizal si Miss L. Kasi akala ni Rizal matututuhan niyang mahalin si Miss L even though na hindi pa siya nakaka-move on. And pangalawa, hindi gusto na kanyang father si hindi gusto ng kanyang papa yung pamilya ni Miss L. Kaya yan yung dalawang reason bakit hindi nagkatuluyan si Rizal and si Miss L. Then we have Leonor Valenzuela. So si Leonor Valenzuela, Rizal met her when he was a sophomore student at the UST. However, hindi masyadong nagtagal yung relationship nila ni Dr. Jose Rizal. Rizal's next romance was with another Leonor. So, mahilig si Dr. Rizal sa pangalang Leonor. So, yung ex niya is si Leonor Valenzuela and then nagkaroon naman siya ng isa pang Leonor which is si Leonor Rivera. So, si Leonor Rivera, cousin niya from Camille. So, yan. So, si Rizal may code siyang ginawa kay Leonor Rivera. So, sabi niya, Ami inolvidable y amadísimo amante. Le dedica este retrato su apasionada Taimis. So, in English language, it reads, To my unforgettable and dearest lover, I dedicate this picture. Your devoted Taimis. So, yung Taimis, yan yung tawagan nila ni Dr. Jose Rizal. So, his landlord uncle, Antonio Rivera, had a pretty daughter, which is si Leonor Rivera. So, she is a student at La Concordia College, where Soledad, yung kapatid ni Rizal, was also studying. So, isa ito si Leonor Rivera sa may pinakamahabang relationship with Rizal. So, their relationship lasted for 11 years. So, mala Katniel si Rizal at si Leonor Rivera. However, yun nga, unfortunately, sa haba-haba ng kanilang relationship, hindi sila nagkatuluyan. So, bakit Taimis yung naisipan nila na tawagan? Kasi, yun nga, di ba, illegal yung um, relationship nila. Kasi incestuous yun. It's a relationship between your cousin. So, incest yun. So, in order to camouflage their intimate relationship from their parents and friends, they use the code name Taimis. So, aside sa paghahanap ng love life sa UST, Rizal also wrote several literary works in UST. So, in 1879, he wrote A la Juventud Filipina. So, etong A la Juventud Filipina, naging entry to ni Rizal sa literary contest that was sponsored by the Liceo Artistic Literario. So, alam naman natin na yung A la Juventud Filipina or to the Filipino youth is an inspiring poem. Kasi dito, pinapakita ni Rizal or sinasabi ni Rizal sa poem na to na yung kabataan ay ang pag-asa ng bayan. So, dyan nanggagaling yung line na ang kabataan ay ang pag-asa ng bayan. So, we will discuss this poem thoroughly after our midterms exam. Kasi, yun nga, yung topics for semifinals is yung works of Rizal. So, 'di ba sabi nga natin, yung A la Juventud Filipina is an entry ni Rizal dun sa literary contest. And fortunately, itong entry niya nanalo dun sa pa-contest. Kasi unang-una, it was the first great poem in Spanish written by a Filipino. So, isa yung karangalan kasi yung A la Juventud Filipina was originally written in Spanish. So, sinabit ni Rizal ito, and yung original transcript was written in Spanish. So, very fluent yung pakasulat ng Spanish doon. I mean, very fluent yung Spanish na pagsulat doon ni Rizal. So, yun, namangha yung mga judges na ang nagsulat pala noon ay isang Filipino. Pangalawa, it expressed for the first time the nationalistic concept that the Filipinos and not the foreigners were the fair hope of the fatherland. So, yan yung reason why was the A la Juventud Filipina of Jose Rizal won the literary contest. Aside from that, he also wrote a allegorical drama which is entitled El Consejo de los Dioses, or in English, The Council of Gods. So, yung literary contest pala na nasalihan ni Rizal is na-question doon yung pagkapanalo ni Rizal. Kasi yung contest na yon was supposed to be open lang sa mga Espanyol. So, late lang nilang na-realize na may nakasali palang Filipino doon, which is si Rizal. However, despite all objections, the prize was still awarded to Rizal. Rizal also wrote a zarzuela entitled Junto del Pasig, or in English, Beside the Pasig. So, this was staged by the Athenians on the occasion of the annual celebration of the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, patroness of the Ateneo. So, sa Ateneo kasi, ino-honor nila yung Immaculate Conception. So, that is true up until now, kahit sa Ateneo High School dito sa Naga. Kasi, um, every month of October, nagbibigay ng Immaculate Conception Medal. Yung um, admin ng Ateneo High School. And we usually place it sa uh, ID lace namin or sa damit namin. So, nagbibigay sila ng pin ng Immaculate Conception Medal. He also wrote a sonnet entitled A Filipinas, which was written in 1880. So, in this poem, or in this sonnet, Rizal urged all Filipino artists to glorify the Philippines. He also wrote a poem entitled Abdel Aziz Imahoma. So, yan. And a poem entitled I am R.P. Pablo Ramon. So, Rizal wrote this poem as an expression of affection to Father Pablo Ramon, who was the Ateneo rector and naging malapit na kaibigan din ni Dr. Rizal. Rizal also visited Pakil and Pagsanghan. So, nung nag-aaral si Rizal sa UST, he went to the town of Pakil kung saan matatagpuan yung famous shrine ng Birhen Maria de los Dolores. and then from Pakil, Rizal and his party made a side trip to neighboring town of Pagsanghan for 2 reasons. Kasi unang-una, yung Pagsanghan was the native town of Leonor Valenzuela. So we all know that si Leonor Valenzuela was one of Rizal's girlfriend in Manila. So, yan. Kaya napalapit din si Rizal sa Pagsanghan. And alam naman natin na dito sa Pagsanghan, makikita ni dito yung Pagsanghan Falls. And unlike sa Ateneo, ito yung naramdaman ni Rizal when he was in UST. So, sa UST, hindi masyadong masaya si Dr. Rizal. He was unhappy at the UST. Kasi unang-una, the Dominican professors were hostile to him. Ibig sabihin, pinag-iinitan palagi si Dr. Jose Rizal sa UST. Pangalawa, the Filipino students racially discriminated by the Spaniards. Masyadong nabubuli daw yung mga Filipino students sa UST. And pangatlo, unlike sa Ateneo na gusto ni Rizal yung method of teaching sa Ateneo, dito sa UST, accordingly, sabi ni Rizal, masyadong makaluma, obsolete, and repressive yung method of instruction sa UST. Kasi may instance nga din daw na may science laboratory daw sila sa UST. However, although may science laboratory, yung mga equipment doon are for display purposes. Hindi pinapahawak sa kanila, hindi pinapagamit sa kanila. So, that's why he concluded na the method of instruction in the UST was obsolete and repressive. And after that, kinalaunan na pag-decide ni Dr. Rizal na mag-study abroad, particularly in Madrid, in Barcelona, and in other parts of Spain. So, for the first time, Rizal did not seek his parents' permission and blessings to go abroad kasi alam niya na hindi naman siya papayagan ng kanyang mama. So, in the next part of this video, we will talk about the life of Rizal abroad. Okay. Thank you.